What is up, Nerf Nation and the online modding community? It is I, Nerfinator99, and today we are going to be bringing you a little bit different of a video than I usually do. As you can see here, this is an Atlas, Go Team Red. I did not purchase this Atlas brand new. It was actually given to me as a gift in a lot in one of my previous videos. If you look up birthday and Xmas box or something like that, you can see this and several other blasters that I took out of a giant cardboard box. But anyways, this is the Atlas, and we are going to do a bit of a teardown and kind of a mod guide for some of the things that I've already done to this. I'm not going to do them this time, but I'm going to show you what I did. And I am using right now a brand new chest rig that I got off Amazon, so if it's a little bit shaky, sorry. My other way of filming overhead stuff didn't really work for this because the Atlas is such a large blaster, it takes up a lot of space, and it was just going to be probably weirder than this, so let's all hang on for this ride. So one of the first things you're going to notice is right here there's a screw sticking out of the top of my Atlas, and that is because this thing is awesome. It is a pump grip shotgun, and it holds the 12 round rival stick mag, but if you guys know anything about it, then you know that it shoots 2 rounds at once, and goes through that mag. Instead of 12 shots, you only get 6, and usually the second shot just does not go as far as the first. It's kind of pointless that it does that. So I did not come up with this mod. I looked it up and saw a couple YouTube videos and people talking about them putting the screw in there, but no one really went through the process and showed you how. So I'm going to do that. And so for now, I'm just going to show you how it works. It sticks through the top, and then it goes through the shell, and then it goes right in here. And you also have to drill a hole in the clear chamber that chambers 2 darts, or 2 rival rounds, sorry. And basically what happens is usually you're going to pump it back, this goes up, 2 rounds go into it, and then it goes down and they get seated into the actual chamber for firing. But I'm going to show you that if you crank it up like this, it's kind of hard to see, but this screw is sticking through there, and it's only going to allow 1 round to go through. There's space for 2, but I'm stopping the second one from going through. Only 1's going to go through, and then when you put it down, then it's just normal, and it will fire just 1 round at a time. So I get a full 12 rounds out of this. Now, I've seen several videos and posts where people have put a paintball hopper on the top. That's pretty awesome. I'm going to have to do that just because I like this blaster and I like running it, but 12 round mags, even if you have a couple of them, you still go through them pretty quickly in a full round of at a Nerf war. So that's kind of one of the things that I did to it. I'm going to show you guys more of the things that I did inside. I took out the Air Restrictor. This is a rival Air Restrictor. I believe they're all pretty much the same in all of the rival blasters. I don't know how much advantage it's going to give me to take out the Air Restrictor on this, because it's not like a regular dart Air Restrictor in where it actually has a spring and it actually seals off and doesn't allow the air to go through. This has holes through it. There's no spring involved. It's just screwed into the front of the plunger tube. But yeah, without any further ado, we're gonna get into this. I like to use an impact drill to get my screws out of the blasters because this goes a lot quicker. I use I think this is a size 1 drill bit that I got for this. It's really tiny. I got a set of, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 small sizes, 0, 1, all the way up to 2, I think. But yeah, the zeros and the 1s work pretty well for Nerf. And I like to use this just because it saves my hand. I have not always used this. I've actually taken apart a Doominator and a Stampede before. And if you need extra space or extra screws, take apart a Stampede. You'll get a ton of screws from that thing. Mine was not functioning, and I decided to scrap it. So, got a lot of screws from that. Twisted them all by hand. It was terrible. So, get yourself a nice drill and get yourself a bit for it. So, we're going to start in real time taking these screws out here. Got my handy dandy magnetic screw holder. Screw, nuts, bolts, whatever. Anything magnetic, it'll pick it up for you. Had to get my drill in there good. Alright, so we're going to take off the priming grip. I like to put the priming grip screws back in because they tend to be a little bit different sized than most of the others. Got this neat little orange guy on the front here. So we're going to set that off to the side over here. And on this blaster, because of its size, you can't use the drill for everything. You can use the drill for the grip, and you can use the drill for, I believe, the rail portion up here, but you can't use it for all of them. So we are going to use it for what we can, and then go from there with just a regular screwdriver. All of the grip screws are the same, and then all of the screws in the rest of the shell are all the same. So we can go up here, get those guys out. See, it's so much quicker than using a screwdriver to use this drill. But alas, we can't use it for all of them. So put the drill down, go to the regular screwdriver. This is probably a size 1, I don't remember. But yeah, so it doesn't take too much longer to get through the rest of this blaster with just the regular screwdriver. Tightened that one really good last time, I guess. It is not one to come out of there. And then also, we're going to have to take this out because this bolt goes through the shell, and then it goes through another mechanism that I'm going to show you. Some people have asked me, when I showed them that I did this, if you can just drill straight through the shell and not have to take everything apart. And I bet you probably could if you're really confident in yourself that you're precise enough to put it exactly where you want it. I wanted to take it apart and kind of measure up the shell to the clear tube and all that kind of stuff before I did it, instead of just doing it on the top straight through the shell, just because I wanted a closer look at kind of how things worked. But you can probably do that. Also, I only put one screw in mine. If you notice that it's kind of at an angle there, put it going in. And most people that have done this mod do 2 screws, one on each side. I would kind of suggest doing that. It works quite a bit better. It's a lot easier. I thought I was going to be saving myself some time and some effort, but it really is just easier to do 2. Kind of makes it more difficult for you to just do 1. I'm using the impact here to get the screws out the rest of the way because I guess it has a better magnetic tip than my screwdriver does. So they're wanting to come easier this way. Once you get them out a certain amount, they want to go the rest of the way. So yeah, this screw, bolt, what have you, has to come all the way out because it goes through the shell and it goes through the mechanism that I'm going to show you. But alright, here's the big reveal for anyone that's taking theirs apart, try to put it back together, something maybe didn't work quite right. Got everything. Got all the parts out. Alright, I'm going to take the shell half and set it off to the side here. So here's your big reveal. Here's just everything how it's supposed to be. Cool thing to note is that the magazine release also works as the catch guard, I guess, guide, because the spring for it is right inside there. And then here's the trigger, and it goes up to the catch. So it's kind of neat when you have your blaster all together. This actually functions quite well as the catch lock, I guess, or seat, if you will. Here's the jam door. take that off right now. Just set it to the side. If you really want to get into the blaster, the meat of it, you got to take the tack rail off and take your front barrel, whatever, off, flash guard. And this is the mechanism that I was talking about that you have to drill through. It's pretty easy to get out. It's pretty easy to get back in. So I'm just going to kind of take it out. And as you notice, this arm actuates all of that. And something that I haven't done that I might mess with is this seal. I've heard from people that it's not super great, or theirs wasn't great. And they said that's one of the things that they would work on, or did work on, just getting that, maybe putting a layer of tape on it, or a thicker one. I don't know, mine seems pretty good. I don't really know how to test that. But yeah, so as you can see, I drilled a hole through here, and then drilled a hole through this clear tube. And if you play on the other side here, this is what activates the tube coming up. So I put it up, and then I put the screw where I wanted. You can kind of, you can put a ball in there if you want. Put a ball kind of right in there when it's up at the top. And you can see how far you have to drill for it to hold just one ball. Because you want to drill, you know, not too far this way, not too far this way that it'll try to allow the second one. Kind of want to get it just enough to where the first one seats, and then also has enough room to go down. Because if you go too far that way, then you know your round is probably going to get stuck or jammed or something, because it has to have enough clearance to make it down the little elevator. Alright, so here's your gears, and top gear, this only fits in, I think, a certain way. This bottom one only fits in a certain way. To remove the air restrictor, it normally is housed right in here with a screw. You have to take this screw out and this screw out. Excuse me, everybody. It's kind of late here. You have to take these two screws out, and then the plunger assembly has 4 screws that you have to take out. And it's not hard, so I'm not going to show you guys. Just this all, once you take those screws out, this all comes out in one piece and it stays together. I mean, this goes up top here, but when you're putting it back down in, all you have to do is just line this gear up to this. And if you end up taking everything apart, you just have to line up the bottom and the top, and this is how they are. So if you have one too far or something, it might make a grindy sound or something. But yeah, so that's pretty much how that goes. So like I said, getting this, if you take it out to drill it, whatever, getting this back in is pretty easy. There's this nub and this nub, or this nub, sorry, these little nubs, they go into these holes right here. So it's pretty easy putting them back in. You had to put the arm back inside its little house, I guess. So we're gonna try to, hopefully everything doesn't fall out and I can do this. So you're gonna line this. You're gonna line this up with this hole. I got that in there. And then you gotta go up to the top and align this guy. Oops, sorry. That one right there. Alright, so that is back. Everything should be working just fine once the you get the gears and all going there. That's all lined up. Everything's in there. Okay. And then now we can put back on the jam door. It's just kind of a free-floating door there. And then you have to put back on this first, and then your tack rail. Make sure that it's in there on the inside, not halfway out, halfway, then it'll jack up on you. You don't want that. Put the tack rail back on. This blaster, the two shells go together pretty easy. This part is, oops, sorry. this part is what you want to watch out for. You want to make sure it's pretty straight because it's got to line up on the other side. Everything else just pretty much lines up. Maybe make sure your trigger's straight. So watch it as I say this. It's going to take me forever now. Nope. Alright, so just got to kind of pop that. That popping sound was this back end. Sometimes you got to pop it in a little bit. Jam door. Fully functional. Sorry about the shadow, everyone. Alright, so we're just going to begin bolting it back together. And since you guys saw me take it apart, I'm just going to pause it until I do that. But I'm going to unpause it to show you about the bolt. Alright, everybody, I've got a few of the screws back in. I have to put in a few more. But I'm just going to put together the pump grip and then show you guys about the bolt, putting it through the top. I guess if you do two, it's not as big of a deal. But since I only did one, you really have to kind of watch it. So for one, I did mine sort of at an angle. So when I put it back, I have to kind of remember to put it in at an angle, or it's not going to go through that red piece to get into the clear chamber. There. Alright, so we're going to open the jam door up. You can see it's kind of in there a little bit, but that is not enough. We want to go through quite a bit more. Okay, a little bit more. Because for mine, if I go too far, then the angle is too much and it's not going to go into the clear part. But if I don't go far enough, then it's not going to stop the ball. So let's see. That's probably far enough, but I'm going to try to go a little bit more. Maybe a few more turns here. So like I said, I don't want to go too far and have it all jack up, but I also don't want it to miss the round. Maybe a little bit more. So yeah, you're just going to have to play around with your whatever size screw you get. If you get one a lot shorter than mine, it'll probably work easier. That's probably enough that it'll still go up and the round will go. I'm going to go like one or two more times. But anyways, so that's that. Just going to have to test around with that a little bit. Let's see, I will load up a mag and you guys can see that it only shoots one. Okay, so I got my rival mag here. This is the 12 rounder. I'm going to load four into there. Alright, so we got that loaded in there. I am going to change the camera here real quick. Alright, everybody, bear with me. Here it is. I'll even let you guys watch the round. Alright, so just one went down. This is my little makeshift. Holy cow. That's pretty cool. Only gonna allow one. That one came right back at me. Alright, everybody. So here's my mods that I've done to the Atlas. And like I said, I might go in there and mess with that O-ring sometime, but seems like it's doing a pretty good job already. Maybe I could get a little more out of it if I decided to take that mechanism apart and get to that one. But yeah, so this is what I did to it. Hopefully it helps you guys. You can see the internals a little bit, see what some people have done to it, what I've done to it. Check out other people's videos if you want more inspiration or more internals or whatnot. But this is just what I did. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of the chest rig and how it's working. and my first time doing it, so it's a little shaky and I was a little out of focus and stuff, but bear with me. Thank you guys for watching, and go ahead and check out my other videos. Thanks. Have a great night. Nerf on. Be excellent to one another.